Hi, this is Barbara Bertucci, and I'm calling from New Orleans. Yay! My hometown. I'm so grateful to be here. I just wanted to say that as I'm re-entering, even though it's my hometown and where I'm from, I haven't lived here for 39 years. Where do I want to play? What arena do I want to do? And so, in the midst of, finding a chiropractor and acupuncturist and my tribe and such, I am really hesitant about where I want to reach out and play. Where do I want to go? And what do I want to do in this next chapter? So, my invitation to you, and I'm going to have everyone share this, for me right now is balance. That I would say is my word that I'm taking into this next chapter. I'm still in an outward reach. I'm still in an outward building time in my life. I'm a young 66-year-old and I someone else's that's anyway, so I just wanted to share that. I'm going to pass the baton to Lorraine. Lorraine, you talk about your next chapter and then we'll go Dawn Marie, Marcia, Hattie Jane, and Dee, if you can jump in, go ahead with whatever you'd like to share that is inspirational for this next chapter. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, this is quite an interesting topic. Thank you, Barbara. I'm Lorraine. I'm living in British Columbia, Canada, and I'm going into my 87th year.
Mm.
And what's my next chapter is I was just reflecting on it. I'm still interested in learning more. I meet weekly with my daughter, and we do a wellness gathering. And our focus of this next 10 weeks is thriving while surviving, surviving while thriving. And we're
Oh,
analyzing the feelings of those words and what it means to me. And this is all through the principles of core alignment, and it's a master session that we're running. And so we have lots of interesting concepts on that. And I also I want to continue even in my how old I am and the
the
transitions that I'm going to go
octogenarian. You're an
an
octogenarian.
octogenarian. I still want to present myself. I have a brand and I have a focus on empowered living and staying well and mentally alert. Maybe physically is not as good as it should be, but I still want to have people see me not as an aging mother that what they do with what do they do with mothers? They throw them off the train,
Uh,
but carry this brand that I'm still promoting wellness and through the empowered living. So that's my focus as I go forward into my later years, what I see myself doing.
Nice, nice.
all
All
right,
right,
I'm
Dawn
Dawn
Marie.
Marie from Sacramento, California, and this is really a pivotal time in many people's lives. I look at some of my friends, and they're experiencing a shift with parents or with partners. Just things are happening, and I just believe that we need to strap ourselves in because we are going on a ride, and to be able to know that this too shall pass. But in the meantime, keeping focused on what's important to you and self care. I am working on a couple of things right now. I'm helping to rebuild my Toastmasters club. I've been a Toastmaster since 2006, helped start this club, and I really feel like it's my baby, but I'm also feeling like maybe it's time for me to let it go. Coming up on 20 years, it's time to maybe do something different. But I want to make sure that the club stays solid. So my goal is on June the 19th to incorporate an open house to help with membership building, to be able to leave them with a healthy membership so that they can continue to thrive while they're surviving in these times of minimal participation. The other area that I am looking forward to is I'm going to take a trip to South Africa. Wow, that is huge for me because I've been out of the country to Costa Rica and Jamaica, Hawaii, things like that. But to go on an international trip, which is somewhat of a missionary trip. I'm trying to ground myself because it's something that I never wanted to do. I never wanted to go to Africa, and it's many things that we see on TV here in America has led me to this belief system of the poverty, and I just didn't want to experience that. But I'm with a group of people that live in South Africa, and they live in Costa Rica, which is at the very tip. I'm sorry, not Costa Rica, Cape Town.
Oh, nice.
It's at the very tip of South Africa, right around all this large body of water. And I looked at that finally on the world map to see where it was. And my heart started pounding because it's like, it's right in the middle of all this water. But I'm trusting that God is making it possible and that we're all going to be taken care of and be safe. The other area is to stay connected with Nikan. I just admire you ladies who have been with this company for the number of years that each of you have. And it gives me hope and it inspires me to continue to live my best life because I'm looking at you all knowing that with these products, it's so possible to live your best life. But I also know that we have to keep the stinking thinking out of our temples. We have to live away from negativity, away from stress, away from people who are not providing us the energy that we need to live in these successful times. Then lastly, my business, Dry Bones Consulting. I'm at a halt with that right now because I'm waiting on my higher source to tell me what to do. I've so, and since 2000 is when I started the business, been kind of doing it my way. So now I'm releasing it to my higher source to tell me how to run this business, what to do with this business. So just lots of changes. I'm excited about staying healthy and being able to participate in all of the things that are in front of me. Rest, mindfulness, exercise, nutrition, all of those things are really important to me right now to keep me standing strong. So
And what's your one word that you're
my
going to
one,
take into your this chapter right now?
thriving,
Oh,
thriving.
thriving.
Yes,
Awesome.
thriving. Yes.
Okay, pass the baton. Who did I say? Can't remember.
Marsha,
Marcia. Go
I
ahead,
think it should
Marcia.
be, um, wow.
Thank you, Dawn Marie. That was awesome.
you're
I
welcome.
basically am looking forward at, as I said, almost 80 to recreating my life, my business. I mean, myself and my business. I have been on um, I've started really just kind of I've restarted it, and through a series of events that just led me to feel that I was missing something that I really enjoy doing. I just love meeting people, talking to people, teaching people. I mean, I was a teacher for 30 some odd years, teaching art. And when I did that table at that fair and I started talking to people, it was like so energizing. And I just loved the way I felt. And I love sharing Niken again in a much fuller way. I never stopped sharing it as it came to me, but this way I was reaching out with it and enjoying it so much. And what I am finding is through Niken and also through my passion with yoga, I mean, I have really the best body I've had. I was going to say since I was a teenager, but I have a better body than I was a teenager because I've learned not to do certain things, not to eat certain things that I was doing then. So my stomach is flatter. When I was 99 pounds, I still had a round belly because I was always bloated from wheat and whatever. And I have a better body and more energy. And I just walk around feeling excited every day about many things. And, like they say, when you put it out there, the universe provides. Well, I mean, yesterday again, another connection with somebody that may lead in a very nice direction.
I'm going
So
to stop you and I'm going to guide you. So, what
yeah,
was so pivotal in that retreat that you took last year that you are now recreating in this trip, whichever one you want to talk about, your retreat, because you have reignited this chapter of your life, Marcia, and you've been an inspiration for me. So,
thank you. Well, it
yeah.
wasn't the retreat so much, it was the ongoing. The retreat was really the beginning, I guess. I mean, I didn't know. I really didn't know this teacher, and I started taking her classes because I heard about the retreat. I wanted to see if I enjoyed working with her, and she was delightful. And so I went on the retreat, and then I just kept doing it. So, and 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 the retreat, I guess, just gave me a sense of it's not just the retreat though. It's really more of what I've been doing. Well, it's a combination, I guess.
Well, and
It's
it's also
it's,
you've been
it's the
caretaking for
meditation.
Michael for so
Yeah, yeah,
long.
yeah. But it's doing the meditation. It's kind of going in and thinking about like where I really want my path to go.
Yeah.
And reading, yeah, it was a lot to do with yoga. Reading and studying Ayurveda somewhat and eating those kinds of foods and learning about those spices and really loving them. And just kind of learning how to focus. I mean, that's always been something I've heard about through Nikken, how important it is to kind of do that. But I am doing it better with incorporating the yoga and the meditation. And, it's like a positive cycle because once something positive happens, you just want more of it and you just keep on moving forward. So it's like that's been my mantra. I mean, the words are joyfully moving forward. I mean, it's 3 words, but that's what it is. It's like reconnecting with all the wonderful people in my life that I have not really been in touch with for many years, for example, and connecting with lots of new people and just enjoying the doing of that.
I love
The
that.
just
Joyfully
like
moving forward. That's awesome. You are such a great inspiration. And now, Hattie Jane, all right.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
word, your chapter, whichever you'd like to share. We've kind of gone every which way. And Don, and then Dee, let me know if you can make it on after or not. Okay.
Okay. Hi, I'm Hattie Jane Derricott. I'm laying down because that's where I feel real comfortable at the moment. And that's one beautiful thing about my friends here is that we live where we're at the moment and are loved. And it's wonderful reality. I met them all through Nikan, and I happen to be 83. And I've been with Nikan a number of years, like 20 plus. But And I have benefited, and I am so grateful for every bit of it and all of you. Because right now, you see, my 83 sends me to another territory.
yeah.
And I was in earlier years, and I think it was 2018, I decided, well, a lot of stuff I wasn't going to change. And I may change, but it'd be too bloody slow. So why not join the younger group? And I started doing this. We color our hair anyway at this stage, if we haven't been doing it before. And therefore, it's it's been a wonderful journey. And just today, there was a major change in my options of what I could do. I love water walking because I can get in the water and my body moves very, very comfortably. And oh my goodness, my joints have maintained the range. And when I can find ways to improve the range, and my balance is so much better. Oh well, the rest of it's kind of falling apart. But I'm involved in a group of volunteers bringing digital competency or resilience to folks who have families and have needs. And we're living in a changing world. And I'm going to be a part of it.
What I love
Great
about
to be
Hattie
here.
Jane is that we have met over the years in this business and supported me and supported her and vice versa. But her nursing background is quite a gift to have, as many others on this Zoom. And she's helped with a friend of mine detoxing and in the wee hours of the morning talking to her and helping her through some of the detox cleanse that she's done. I remember Hattie Jane looking out her window going, well, that's my garden. Yep, it's under there somewhere, and I'm gonna get back there and weed in there, and I have a pond, and so she's got the land, she's got the things, and we have different stages and different ways of where we contribute. And I just wanted to underline that. Now, Hattie Jane, what is your word for now? And I get it. You know, lying down is really great. There was a point where in my life I couldn't sit without sitting on a donut before Niken, I had to sit on a donut all the time. I was in my 30s. It was quite embarrassing, but I couldn't sit for long. Um, anyway, so back to
Where am I at and where am I going?
what's your word or what's your chapter? Yeah.
Where I'm at is in the now. And as I said, water walking kept me from joining you all for a number of months. But today, circumstances changed. I'm back. I'm here. I will be. So, and you all are here. But the other factor is that Nikan, throughout the years, has been my mother. Let's see, I don't talk very coherently, folks. I'll be bouncing. My mother also had Alzheimer's, and I knew that time and circumstances I would be her caretaker and caregiver and care facilitator. So she did not want to leave her home that I'm now living in until she went to the graveyard. And I was able to facilitate that. But without Nikan, it it wouldn't have worked because we are very different personalities. I'm a Slav, she's a neat freak. And when you're living together, that makes a big bridge to cover. But
Well, and
Nikan and all of
you
his
said
physical
that
things
the
helped.
products help keep her around and keep you fit to take care of her in the midst of all that too.
That's right.
Yes.
And I find that is where my strength is going to come from in becoming financially independent because I have learned so much with Nikan
In the now.
and you.
In the now. So, in the now and in this chapter, there are many people that might be looking at this that might just want to come on board and be a part of NECAN because they want to afford these amazing technologies. They want to pay back and then also support. I always say transition when you finish out the supplements you have, then look for the optimum supplements that we have to see if they're a replacement. So, that could be one. The next could be that you look to build and share with friends and family and have income to support trips, ventures. Every time I'm on a plane, I'm meeting somebody and I have a customer. I have an amazing thing that I got my life back with this technology, this little guy right here. Priceless. Can't buy it from me, can't get it from me, but this little guy here is tremendous. And that's the gift we have. One tiny gift of the gift we have with Niken, along with traveling water and different things like that. But the sharing with people to have their hands and levers on their own life, creating their own time, their own money, multiple sources of income is the potentiality that we have with Nikan. So get with the person that invited you to check out this video because right now it's your next chapter. What are you going to be playing? Where are you going to be playing? What's your one word? And maybe just have it as a dinner meeting because it's phenomenal. And we have this amazing gift called life. And I just thank you for this opportunity. Thanks.